So I'm here in our winter chicken house, and as you can see, just threw the chickens some sweet potato vines, and I'm just go ahead and talk about this a minute here. So the great thing about having them in a single spot for a long period of time is these are our composters. We will put our sweet potato vines, anything from the garden that we're harvesting stuff, we're finishing out the year because this is fall. They go in fall when it starts getting cold, and we throw it in here, and it naturally is going to compost, but these chickens are going to pick through, eat some. It depends on what it is about how much they'll eat. And then the rest just will compost, mix in with their manure, and we'll get great compost at the end of the year. Why do we stick them in a house? Well, we stick them in a house mainly because it gets cold. We live in Ohio, and it snows in the winter, gets freezing temperatures. So this is our winter setup that we made. It's got lights on it because we have less daylight, so these are layers, and they need to be able to have enough daylight to lay some eggs for us, trying to keep our production up. Some people say that's bad, let the chickens start laying less eggs and last longer, but we really need some eggs right now. We also have a heater access to our water here. We can plug a heater in, keep our water from freezing. We've got some roosts over in this corner so they can roost at night. We haven't finished the hoop house that they're in right now. We haven't finished it, so we're gonna have sides. Like you can see right behind me, it's just open. I mean, there's chicken wire, but there's no plastic, and there's just wire behind me on the ends, end there too. So we still need to get some plastic for those two ends. There's actually some plastic here. We just need to finish putting it on. So back to the composting thing. We can throw scraps and stuff in there, but how do we keep it from stinking, smelling, and just getting a big chicken mess? I mean, a lot of you probably have seen chicken coops, had a chicken coop, or maybe you haven't. So I'll let you know that if you have a chicken coop and you just have them in one spot, it gets smelly. Even if you put bedding, wood chips from TSC, you do that, it does get smelly and awful and nasty, but this is how we beat it. We beat it with deep bedding. You've maybe heard me talk about this before, about with pigs and stuff. We do it with chickens too. We've got mulch. There's not tons in here yet. That's one thing I might be doing later today, is bringing more mulch in here. There was some grass already, so we didn't cover up all the grass. We're like, might as well give them that grass, but they're gonna kill it pretty quick. And then we just put mulch, wood chips, and garden scraps, because you need some green in your compost, and the mulch compost in with their manure. And sometimes we have to stir it, like when they're in a really small one, in a really small chicken coop, we had to stir it to keep it composting, get air. Compost doesn't stink, so if we're doing it properly, you'll have zero smell, won't smell like chickens in here, and they're gonna be making compost, which is great for our garden, so they're gonna be helping. It doesn't smell, all around just benefits to it. There's not any like downside. I've never found a downside to deep bedding. It's work. There's your downside, I guess, but it's a pain and a lot of stink and a lot of work to clean it out if you don't do deep bedding. So it's a lot of work to constantly be putting chips in here, but it's a lot of work to clean it out if you don't put tons in it. It just makes it like caked nastiness. So it's really your choice when it comes to deep bedding, which work one way or work the other. I don't know. We've got these nest boxes screwed to the side of this rack, I guess. I don't know what you want to call it, with the lights at the top. We have twine so they don't jump up here and roost above their feeders that are hanging here and their water. And got another corner here that's supposed to be a little warmer for them at night, because it's getting actually pretty freezing cold here already. So yeah, this is our winter chicken setup. If you have any questions or comments, go ahead and throw that in the comment section. Chickens are loving that pepper. They are going crazy over that pepper. So yeah, go ahead, if you have questions, stuff, leave in the comments. We will love to get back to you about that. So hope you like our winter chicken setup. And if you are interested in a winter setup, you've got chickens and you need something, I definitely suggest a big hoop house, greenhouse, or even a small greenhouse. You could get like a, I don't know, an 8x12 or a 6x12, something really small you could get from, I don't know, Home Depot or something like that, and it would work too. I mean, you gotta make sure wherever you have it, you have plenty of ventilation, or you can get, during the day, you can get plenty of air and ventilation in there, and then close it down overnight, and then ventilation during the day or something like that. But obviously, chicken coop would work too, but deep bedding is key, very handy. It's work as you do it, but then it's less work in the end, and you get more benefits. So yeah, check it out. Oh, good cookie.